ESPN's coverage of the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup comes to you from Southern California today for the Pepsi Max 400, race 4 of 10 to determine this year's champion. The race 100 miles shorter than in the past, perhaps adding a little urgency and intensity to the already volatile mix. That mix includes high speeds, the pressure of a championship, and high heat. Forecast high some 94 degrees today. Plenty of slipping and sliding at close to 200 miles an hour. Let's go trackside for the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your hats as the Centurion Battalion Accession Task Force California Army National Guard presents our nation's colors. And now will you please welcome Jeff Hamilton from Motor Racing Outreach as he delivers today's invocation.
Good afternoon. Will you bow your heads and pray with me this afternoon? Father in heaven, we're so grateful to be here and looking forward to a great event today. But even more than this, we're grateful for your love and your grace. We often overlook it, but in this moment, we pause to acknowledge it and simply say thanks. Bless today's activities, keep the crews and the drivers safe, and thanks to all of those, the staff and sponsors who've made today's event possible, and watch over our troops who defend freedom around the world. Finally, may the things we say, the things we do, bring honor to you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Grammy Award-winning artist Kenny Loggins for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And how about the 4 F-18s from VFA 94?
All right, time for the drivers to buckle in, and here's a little something to think about before the start. This is the only track currently on the Sprint Cup schedule where Joe Gibbs Racing has not won on. Hard to believe, isn't it? They've got 3 entries in the field, including the winner of yesterday's Nationwide Series event here, Kyle Busch. The race begins next.
Pepsi Max 400 at California is brought to you by Pepsi Max. Text MAX 400 to 73774 all race day for your chance to win one of 400 prizes and 400 miles. The new Ford Fiesta, it's a pretty big deal. And the choice of tailgaters, Bush's Baked Beans.
Resilience. A return to relevance.
A lot of guys are making some moves in the Chase Championship.
A rise to prominence.
They're showing exactly what got them 4 straight championships. Chad, you rock, brother. David Ruderman spins it around. 18 just run right over us.
The ability to overcome adversity is paramount.
Contact with Kyle Busch. Is this payback?
And mastered by few.
I have a serious problem with what just happened. The car is destroyed. Even if we got to limp around, we'll still have a better point today.
Because with a chase this close.
The winner of chase race number 3, Greg Biffle.
Resilience could be the difference between immortality and oblivion. At this stage, success is measured by performance under pressure. Failure cannot be feared. It must be chased to the absolute brink.
Ready, guys? Have to work for this one for sure. We've never been afraid of a little bit of work.
The first 3 races in the 2010 Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup have each offered unique and interesting storylines, and so we come to race 4 at ESPN's live coverage of the Pepsi Max 400 from the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. There are very interesting storylines for this one. For starters, the 4-time champ Jimmie Johnson, you just saw, winner of this race the last 3 straight years, and looking for a 4th to continue his strive for 5. There's Greg Biffle, the winner at Kansas, starting near the front here, very confident he can take the title. Denny Hamlin, a 6-win season, being overshadowed right now by less than expected results so far in the chase. Hamlin starting at the back of the pack today. And all of that within the closest chase ever. 8 drivers within 100 points after the first 3 races. We find out now how race 4 will figure in to the final outcome. With Rusty Wallace and Brad Doherty, as the drivers get set, get ready to go, what are they thinking about this race today?
Right now they're thinking about it. Do I have the handling right on my car? Is it going to perform the way it did yesterday in practice? And if it didn't perform yesterday, did we fix it overnight?
2 drivers, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, are really concerned right now with getting this race started and how they're going to make their way towards the front throughout this race and get through pit stops and all that type of stuff clean.
Very warm afternoon here in Southern California. The forecast high, some 94 degrees. The wind, you never know, it can kick up as well on a warm day and be a factor in the handling of these cars as they run throughout the afternoon. It's time to go trackside and get this race underway.
Race fans, it is time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command is your Grand Marshal, California gubernatorial candidate and former CEO of eBay, Meg Whitman.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
All right, boss, we got fire in the hole. That was worse than Kyle Busch. Got me for bed.
All right, time for 400 miles in chase race number 4, the closest chase ever. We go upstairs to 3 men who are very close, literally. They'll stand just like that for the next 3 hours. Here are Marty Reed, champion driver Dale Jarrett, and champion crew chief Andy Petrie.
Thank you, Alan. Hello again, everybody. All week long, this entire field has heard nothing about anything else except Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson, this is his track. He's won here, he's won here. Is it Jimmie now against the rest of this field?
It seems like that's the way it is in the garage area. Even before the chase started, was that they, you know, it's everybody against Jimmie and Jimmie against everybody else. It's kind of turned into that now. As tight as everything is, it looks that way. But what's not to like about Jimmie Johnson? Great guy, great champion, great driver. But these other drivers are sick and tired of getting beat.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that, Andy. But I think that he's going to find it more of a struggle, and I'm speaking of Jimmie, on the racetrack, especially against his chase competitors. They are tired of hearing about Jimmie. They're tired of him winning championships. He is a great guy, but they're going to give him a little more resistance, I think, whenever he's having to make passes. Nothing intentional, no wrecking, anything like that. They're just going to make life a little more difficult for Jimmie Johnson and this crew to try to win this 5th championship.
Well, as we saw yesterday in the nationwide race, pit stops could either make or break your day.
Yeah, that's one of the soft spots on that 48 team. They're not bad, they're not terrible, but they're not as good as the other chase contenders. Some of the other guys, I mean, they're putting down sub 13-second stops almost every single time, and Jimmie's stops aren't quite as good. And so, you know, with all the other cars being so good on pit road, just a half a second can lose your spots on pit road. So, I mean, I think that is one place that they are vulnerable.
Yeah, and as a driver, you don't want to make a mistake. This is a long pit road. It seems forever going down through there, but you don't want to speed because you get yourself in a lot of trouble. We saw Kyle Busch come back from a speeding penalty, win that nationwide race yesterday. Competition a lot more difficult to deal with here today.
Well, think about this. 6 of the last 10 winners of this race have come from the top 10 starting positions, and 7 of those 10 are non-chase contenders, including our pole sitter and in-race reporter, Jamie McMurray. Let's talk to him, DJ.
Hey, Jamie, Dale Jarrett, you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right, Jamie, thanks for talking with us. Our first question comes from our mailbag. It comes from Cody, West Allis, Wisconsin. Even though you're not in the chase, do you feel that it's okay to race the chasers hard for position?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we get down to the last couple of races, those guys have, earned the right to maybe be raced a little bit differently. But right now, you just race everybody, the way that you want to be raced, and do that with respect, and that's what everyone should do, and that's my plan.
Hey, Jamie, we've talked a lot about this weekend, how slick this racetrack is, the seams out there. Your car looked pretty good from watching it yesterday. How is it from the driver's seat, and have you made any adjustments so far for the increased temperature today?
The temperature's a little hotter, and so is the wind. But our McDonald's Chevy was good yesterday. I thought we had a top 10 car, and if we make the right adjustments on it today, we should be able to get to victory lane. I would really like to to let everyone know that to keep the Meal family in their thoughts and prayers. Shane was involved in a really bad racing accident yesterday, and Steve's not here with us today. He's with Shane in Indy, but just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. That family is going through a tough time right now, and just would like to let them know that we're thinking about them.
All right, Jamie, thank you for that, and thanks. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later on.
DJ.
And we all send our best to Shane and family. Our over-the-wall pit reporter today is going to be Anwar Parra. She is the front tire carrier on David Gilliland's number 38. There he is. Got a couple of family friends down there. Jeez, you be safe, all right, Anwar? Have a great day. Stay with us. We're going green when we come back.